big picture, how have you seen pass rushers in your past that you've worked with refine their technique and continue to grow from year 1 to 2 to 3?
Yeah, that's what will occur. Doesn't come all at once. They tend to come in bunches, and we're looking forward to that getting started.
What specifics have you seen, whether it be Khalil or Vaughn or DeMarcus? What kind of did they do specifically to help them hit those bunches?
Just work. It's really work. Be relentless. Don't fret. Don't worry. Just work, and be purposeful and be urgent and all those types of things. But we don't want our guys stressing out. We want our guys to go hard, play hard, have fun, and get after it. And that's what we're going to get down to.
Whether it be those guys then or these guys now, is it hard to get them to understand? Hey, don't panic.
No, I'm gonna set the lead, set the tone. We're gonna carry on and improve as we go through the year.
With Benjamin St. Juste in concussion protocol, just wondering what you've seen kind of from Torrey McTyer on the side and maybe his growth since training camp.
Yeah, we've liked Benjamin's done a great job for us. Yeah, he's a little banged up right now, so that's out of my hands. I'll let Coach speak specifically to that kind of stuff, but yeah, we like him. Good young player, and he's done a nice job for us.
Yeah, no, Torrey McTyer. Just what have you seen from him? If he has to step
Yeah,
in
good player. That's next man up type thing. If Juice isn't able to go, and so Torrey's had some practice this week, and Darryl Roberts obviously will be involved. So yeah, next man up type mentality.
When you see guys freelance, I guess for lack of a better word, or don't play within the system on a snap, do you have a sense of why that happens, or what you tell to them, or what creates that?
Yeah. Desire to make plays. Yeah, and we're at our best when we're all doing our job, on point, kind of on a mission. We all have assignments within the mission, and so it gets better and more fun when you're on point, and when you're not, it doesn't go quite as well. So we're about sticking together. We're a group. I love my players. I love my coaches. We work with really good people every day. We got great energy and focus, and we're just working hard to make it be better.
Season, a lot of your guys said they had very high expectations for the group this year. At this point of the year, do you sense that that's still achievable in front of you? Do you recalibrate? Where you at?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. We don't hand out trophies after 3 weeks, so it's hasn't been the start that we all wanted or even expected, but it's what it is, and we'll deal with it. Kind of man up, take responsibility, accountability. It starts with me. I've made that very clear with our group, coaches and players. We all have to do that. We all need to be this much better, and then it gets a lot better for all of us. And it's shared responsibility. It's very much accountability. And like I said, I love my guys. I love the players and coaches that I work with every day. It's a really good group.
Along those lines with Chase, because obviously there's a lot of attention on Chase. And Ron brought up the other day about how sometimes he'll stutter step on the way to the quarterback instead of just going. Is that more along the lines of a guy wanting to do too much instead of just kind of sticking with what he needs to do? Is that an example of that? Yeah,
we're coaching, the things that we don't want to see, and we're coaching and looking for the things we do want to see. And I'm not going to refer specifically to one guy. It's like I said, it's a group. We're all in it. We all share responsibility. We all need to be on point in carrying out our mission.
And when you guys, I don't know your philosophy on the ability to disguise coverages, but are there things that because you guys are still somewhat new together in the back that you're still building towards being able to do, even in those kind of?
Well, of course, but I'm not going to offer up. I'm not an excuse maker. I'm not going to get into trying to explain away anything. We need to play better, and we're going to focus on how and what we need to do for that to happen.
Jack, to sort of follow up the question Michael asked about some guys maybe freelancing, as you said, trying to go through a little too much. When people talk about miscommunication
I'm not sure what you're asking.
It's been said that there's been some miscommunication happening at times in various parts of the defensive line, secondary, what have you. And so the idea of guys trying to do too much, is that what you
Yeah.
mean by
Any of those types of things are my responsibility to make better. So I'll clean that up.
And just your thoughts on William Jackson so far. He's had some pass interference calls, but just overall, what's been your thoughts on how his performance playing in your system?
Yeah, he was interfered with last week. They called it right the first time, and Cole was interfered with as well. So those are 2 touchdowns you could take off the board. And so, yeah, I love the way he's competing. He's a competitive guy. His technique was really good last week on that particular play that was somehow turned from what it was originally called to, something that went clearly in their favor. So, but I like the way Will's competing, and yeah, we'll continue to play good football with Will.
So just as a follow-up, I know you guys can submit plays to the league or things like that. Do you get any clarification on the calls like that, or as to?
I can't really get into that kind of stuff. I think coach has to handle that kind of business. I think there's a, kind of a code on how we handle the information we get.
Hey, Coach, on the sideline, you and Chase Young were talking against the Bills on Saturday, and Chase seemed kind of animated. What was that conversation about between you and Chase in terms of what he was saying?
It was a great conversation. Chase was specifically talking about us and our need to fight and do the things that were right. And I'm all for it. So I love his energy. He's got great energy. So.
Another thing, I talked to Cam Curl yesterday, and he was saying that on third down, the defense has to, stop being so cautious and go out there and make plays. Do you feel like the defense has been cautious on third downs or trying to stop? Do you feel like have they been aggressive on third downs?
Yeah, like I said, we're providing clarity where we can. We want to play fast, want to play confident, and ultimately you have to make plays to get off the field.
Started this by saying that the expectations coming into the season, they haven't been met, on several levels. Just curious, what were your expectations coming into the season? You said that you guys haven't met them, or they weren't what you expected. Just what were your expectations?
Yeah. My expectations are for us to come out every week, respect our opponent but not fear our opponent, and come out and do the things that need to be done to help our football team win. And we have a great attitude. We're giving great effort. And, to me, when you're doing those things, you have a chance. We'll get it turned and going in the right direction.
A lot about the double teams and the chips that the defensive line has faced so far, but just some other things. Ron mentioned that teams are using a lot of 3-step drops, max protections, just other various things. What are some things that you've noticed that offenses are doing sort of to try to neutralize your pass rushers, just try to get around that? Yeah,
there's always the chess match. They've got different things they can do. They can chip. They can go 5 out. They can, whatever, however their approach. They've got to decide what they want to do offensively. Defensively, we've got to be able to attack it.
Coach, Ron's saying that he wants to see this defense be a unit. You saying you guys want this team to just come together, especially your defensive line. So, especially after that loss on Sunday, do you see that these guys are developing and becoming one and really working together this week more than any other week you've seen?
That's right. That's what we're working at. Like I said, I love my guys. I love the players and coaches I work with. It's a good group, and we're going to play better football as we go. So I'm excited to get started this weekend, get this last game in our rearview mirror, and move forward.
Just really quickly, this defensive line did have those expectations of being the best in the league. Do you like that as a coach?
I don't care about that. Hype doesn't mean anything. That's part of the game. We love that you all cover us, and we love that the fans are excited about it, and you can have all of your ranks and thoughts about ranks and all that you want, and I'm happy with that. It's great. It's great for the game. At the end of the day, it's a performance-based business. Potential is not, that doesn't mean much. Okay, so we're about production. We're about playing well together, and that's where our focus is, And so, what gives you a chance is when you have a good group of men that are working together, that are staying together, that are willing to take accountability, and we'll get it going.